So please help me bring up Felicia Michaels and Jessica Wellington.
What we do in our podcast is we have two of our comedy pals come on. We ask them to tell two stories. One is the truth, one is a lie. And then we try to figure out which one is a lie. And you guys would be surprised how fucked up the truth is. You know what I'm saying? So, Jessica, will you please introduce our guests that are going to come back up and tell each a story?
Put your hands back together for Tiff Stevenson, Mary Basmadjian, and Ngaio Bealum.
Woo! All right, so we're just going to bang it out. And so who do you want to go first, Jessica?
You guys know to pay attention because you're going to help us, right?
Are you guys going to play along, right? You're going to ask questions on if someone's telling a story, you get to ask questions on any detail. Yes, any detail. Yeah.
I think Mary should go first because she's done it the most.
Oh, wow.
And not just the podcast.
Done, yeah. I was going to say done what? Because I'm older than everybody. Right, 10,000 hours, 20 minutes at a time. All right.
As I mentioned, I live at home, and my dad lives there, and so does his brother, who has cerebral palsy, and he's schizophrenic. It's a nice mixture. But he's mentally ill, and he's kind of slow, and it was at one point, it was just me and him living in the house, so there was a lot of awkward stuff, like I had to be really quiet during masturbation. And I'm a pro at it now. But him, not so much. Yeah. And then someone's great idea was, let's buy him an iPad. Let's not, and say we did. So he would sit in the living room and he would watch porn, and like on blast. Like, I'm like, give this guy fucking headphones at least, right? And I was like, dude, this is fucking gross or whatever. And so I've caught him a couple times with porn. And one time I caught him talking to someone, like FaceTiming type thing, to like a hooker or something. And the first thought that crossed my mind was like, he's getting some and I'm not. Like, that was, it's terrible, okay? One night I was doing a show here, right? I was doing a show here, and I went home pretty late, and it was just me and him at that time, so I'm, like, trying to get in. I'm high, I'm drunk, and pissed that I still didn't get sex. And so I walk in, and there's someone giving him head, okay? Yes, he was getting head. My uncle, who has cerebral palsy, was getting head. It's been 6 years since I fucked. And that was the only thing. I was like, how is this happening? But I was just... the girl just like scrambled, got her shit, and got the fuck out, right? Of course, the payment was exchanged. And I was like, what the hell? You get Social Security. I guess it's going for good use. But it was just so fucking awkward.
Social Security sex, boo. Right?
I was more upset at the fact that he's getting more sex than me.
You were saying how long it's been, and you were talking about masturbating earlier, and then I noticed how nice your nails are.
Oh, thank you.
And I wonder if that was for the sake of your vagina.
It was. It was.
Look at this nice hand that might not be mine.
Right?
Yeah.
It feels like it's someone else. Exactly. It feels like someone else. Yeah, but you know, toys and stuff. It's great.
You know what else feels like someone else's hand?
Just sit on it and then do it, you know?
Wow, Mary, thank you for bringing the creepy level up here at the Comedy Store.
I had an enema story, so you're welcome, you know? Yeah.
All right. So how about Tiffany next?
Yeah, it's woman dominant up here tonight, right?
Yeah. We get a grant or something now. Do we get a grant?
Do we get what?
I don't know, they call that here, like, you get money from the government.
A grant.
A grant.
Yes,
A grant.
A grant from your grand.
Some arts funding. Do we get some arts funding? No. This is what I'm saying. No. Okay.
Here in the USA, we call that welfare and shit.
Right. Okay.
SSI.
Right, and shit.
Welfare and shit. Welfare ain't shit here. Anyway, I signed on at home. It was great. Anyway, so what, you want my story?
Yes.
Oh, right. Okay. Well, my story is about how, like, you may not believe this, but when I was like 18 years old, I was fucking incredible looking. Sorry, I turned 40 last year. So I know, like.
You look good.
Yeah.
Don't fucking applaud that. I can basically only play Immortals now. I turned 40 last year. It's fine. I'm okay with it. But that's why so much of my set was like, still fertile, still got it. But when I was 18, I was like hot, like you know, I used to model and stuff. I was hot. I was 18, right? I was also a bit vacuous and a bit of an idiot, so fine. I went on holiday to Cyprus to a place called Ayia Napa. And I ended up in a scenario where we went to a water park, and I thought all of these. I was with my boyfriend. He was very, very jealous at the time, my boyfriend. And the two of us were stood there, and we nearly got into a fight because I thought, and he thought that this group of guys were staring at me because I was in my bikini and I looked so fucking incredibly hot. And they were actually staring at me because I'd shit myself. And I hadn't realised. Basically, I thought I was the hot shit. I literally was. So I'd been on a water slide and something had happened. I don't know, like, you know, like when you go off one way, like I came off this way and the water came back the other way, and it was like some kind of. You were talking about enemas. It was like an unexpected enema or something.
Those are the best kinds.
Yeah,
Amusement
park enema. Yeah. And I didn't know it had happened. I just got off the water slide, and I walk over and they're staring at us, and I think, oh God, and he's like getting really annoyed, and I'm like, calm down, don't go and fight them, you know, like it's ridiculous. And then he looks down and he's like, oh, you've shit yourself. And it's literally running down my leg, and I didn't notice. So yeah, that's my story.
Did they have to close the pool?
What's that?
Did they close the pool?
No, because it was outside of the pool at this point. So I don't know. I don't know if some of it leaked out. I hadn't even known that it happened.
You know what I love?
Maybe it was
I love that Jessica and I will ask people to come and tell a story just to demean themselves.
They do it on their own. It said that stories could be about anything.
And like, do you remember in the war? Like, maybe they just thought it was like stockings. Remember in the war, people used to use like gravy. Or
You know what? My only problem with this story is that yes, I believe you were a model, maybe at some point, right? No.
Fucking rude. Unbelievable.
I do know the first thing that I noticed about Tiff, and I made a real arse of myself, right? Because I blurted out she had big boobs.
Yeah.
Right?
Oh, I thought you were going to say because she shit herself.
No, do you know what? That's why I wear the Gucci belt, because number one, if I mention it on stage, is tax deductible. Number two, these are the double G's I want you looking at. Like, eyes on the prize, please. Eyes on the prize.
But my thing
Number
is
three,
how
she
many...
sells crack.
My thing is how many models do you know long ago that had big boobs? I just remember they all had little tiny boobs. They could walk down the runway with.
Surprising.
Runway boobs.
Hot girls don't poop.
Hot girls don't poop.
No.
We know
But that's because they don't eat.
I'm holding on to outdated patriarchal dogma.
Yeah, but...
All right, we're moving on. Anyway.
Are you sure? 'Cause
Please.
And Ngaio, what's your story?
So I was doing a bunch of one-nighters in Oregon and Montana, or in Wyoming, just a bunch. And so I was driving from Billings to Glendive, and I was in a rented Impala, and I was smoking weed, and I was playing loud music, and I was driving very fast, and I got pulled over by the state trooper, right? And in Montana at the time, a speeding ticket he didn't say anything about the weed, I didn't bring it up, and the speeding ticket's $40, cash on the spot. Like, you have to pay him right there, because apparently he had read my mind. Like, I'm not coming back to your fuck up. This is before computers. Good luck trying to find my black ass. But, all right, this is before everyone was in the database. But it's $40, right? So I handed him $40, and then he just kind of looks at me for a while, and he's like, where are you going? Right? I was like, sir, I'm headed to Glendive. And he goes, oh, you the comic? It's the whole story. Road comics understand that.
I know that seems completely plausible to me. Yeah.
does.
Where?
Yeah.
Who the fuck else
Yeah.
would I be going to
Right.
Glendive
I
on a
agree.
Wednesday, right?
agree.
It's
Wednesday night is comedy night. That's the only.
I
I sold
agree.
all my crack in Billings.
Does
I
somebody,
agree.
Is
anybody,
it dive? Is it genuinely called dive?
Glendive, Glendive.
And that was in Montana.
Like a
Glendive, Montana, on the
Okay.
eastern part.
All right.
Dive,
All right.
like this is a shithole. We know it. We're going to put it in the name of the
you
place.
have a
Exactly.
place called Bath.
Yeah, a bath makes you clean.
Does it?
Yeah, well, if you want to eat arse, apparently, yes.
Yes, that's true.
All right. So
Perhaps
one
we
of
should
these
go on
3
holiday.
people is telling a lie. Do we have any questions? You, sir, that's with the hat that says "fuck everything." Do you have any questions about any of
He's
these
my
3
favorite.
stories?
I love it.
Can you come back to me? I need to think about all 3 of them.
Yes, I will come back to
Does
you. Do you have
anybody
a
have, like-
question?
I have a question. What did the chick look like that was giving your uncle head?
Oh God, she was blonde and she had some pink streaks in her hair. Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
go figure, right?
Yeah. I was a little upset she wasn't plus size though. Yeah.
Why?
Because you wanted to
know.
fantasize about you? Or?
Yeah.
I
Hey, that's fair. That's fair. I think.
just feel like
Can I call you Mary?
I don't know.
All right. Any other questions over here about any of these stories? Any questions? You? Anybody?
I've
Come
had
on
pink
now.
streaks in my
Does
hair.
anybody have any like hard convictions on who they think is lying? This guy right here. Come here. Come here. Come here.
No, go. Yes.
Come here.
Come here.
God damn it. Come here. Why do you think? Who do you think is lying and why?
No cop would let him go in Montana.
Yo, that's some real shit though. Hey, he's not lying.
Give this motherfucker some weed right now.
Motherfucker can get his own weed.
For being racist?
He can get his own weed. Fuck that. You can buy some weed for me after the show. How about that?
I think Mr. Don Barris has a question.
I just wanted to say I don't think he's lying. I think all women lie all the time.
Damn, Jesus.
Look, and he flees the room, and he runs away.
Is that Eddie Pepitone? Who is that?
Don Barris.
It's comic. Okay.
Get out of the room. All right, how about you? You have a strong conviction
couldn't see
over
who it
which
was.
one was lying or which one was not.
Featuring a sexist cameo by Don Barris.
Which?
It was me. UK lies.
Why do you think she's lying?
Because she sounds
I feel
foreign.
the same way about her. No models back in the day had as big as breasts as she.
I said it. That's what I was saying, right? She has too big of boobs to be a model back then.
Maybe she was a boob model.
But no,
Boom.
no.
You think? You think that boobs are bigger in UK?
How
They
old?
put chemicals in the food.
Tiff, how old were you in that time? How old
I was
were you?
18.
18. So your boobs don't really come in till
That was 20 years ago.
yeah. But when
20,
I was
20,
18, I had like perfect little, and now they're
Same size.
Fuck you, sir. Fuck you.
He said the same size as they were.
Whatever. It's a fucking audience roast battle.
Oh my God.
She's got big tits. She ain't got no titties.
all right.
Give him some weed.
The more you smoke, the bigger they get.
Damn, how many is that? Shit, are you counting? I'm counting.
So we're gonna do it on audience applause of who do you think is lying? Do we have any more? We're gonna come back to you. Okay, well, who do you think is lying?
How could you not know shit is running down your leg?
She was on a slip and slide.
It was all very wet from the pool. Did you take a picture of that?
I think when a man who carries an emotional support dog comes to the show and has thoughts about shit running down his leg, he knows.
Yeah.
He knows.
Well, if he's a veteran, he's probably been in situations where he may have shit himself, and he very definitely knew. There's consistency. It was. There was water on my body. There was shit on my body. Felt the same.
I might have to agree with you.
Shit,
I might have to
water,
agree
shit.
with you on that.
You know?
Yeah.
If you get a PTSD dog, I want a fucking sarcasm parrot.
What brand?
That's what I want. I want a
Sarcasm
parrot that
parrot.
just repeats everything I say in a sarcastic fashion.
Let's do a quick vote because you guys have been great, and I don't want to.
You guys have been a great crowd.
Right?
Thank you
You
very
fucking
much for
awesome.
coming out and supporting the Liars Club, Michael Vargas.
So, if by a round of applause, if you think Ngaio is lying,
round of
clap.
applause. Who thinks Ngaio's lying?
Who thinks he's lying? Okay.
Jesus.
You just feel bad because he had a racist statement in the beginning.
Was he being racist, or was he talking about racist institutions?
He's being woke.
He was being
Very
racist.
true.
That's why
Very
he
true.
deserves the weed.
All right, by round of applause, if you think Tiff is lying, let's hear it. I'm with you guys. All right, round of applause if you think Mary is lying. Okay, everybody thinks Tiff's lying for the most part, right? I think so.
All right, so the person who is lying, please stand up.
I've been standing, bitch. I'm too short to sit. My fat ass has been like, okay, let me just get up there. Like, poor Tiff. Y'all owe Tiff an apology. Oh my God, talking about her boobs and her shit.
They were smaller then. Like, I was thinner all over, but you guys don't need to fucking know that. You just need to know I shit myself, I'm proud of it, and I don't care.
That was amazing.
You guys have been awesome. Thank you so much for coming out.
Let's
We
hear it for
appreciate
Jessica and
you.
Felicia.
Oh, thank you, Ngaio, Tiff,
Ngaio,
Mary.
Tiffany, Mary. You guys have been great. Thank you very much. Good night. Hey, Ngaio, come on.
We have a professional photographer. Thank you guys.
Thank you guys very much.
Look us
Thank
up
you.
on YouTube. Have a good night. Whoop, whoop.
I'm not telling that one.
Will the real liar please stand up?
She's totally serious.
And you have been lied to.